Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in and say Happy New Year. Hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. It's certainly different than normal, but it's a nice, slow, laid back, chill New Year's Day. So this year, Catherine and I have got some exciting news because we'd like you to go along with us. We're going to do what we're calling Life 101, and it's starting today. It's going to go through the end of this year. And it's everything that you should have learned in school, but you didn't. And think about it. It's like we're all born with this computer, the most amazing supercomputer ever developed. We've all got one, and they never give us the manual and tell us how to use it. When you're a kid, you're in school, they're telling you, you need to learn to focus. You have to focus. Do you know how? Have you ever been taught how? Did anyone ever teach them? It's important to know how your mind works, because once you understand that, everything else changes. So what we're going to do, we're going to take you from the very beginning all the way through. We're going to give you a great entry point. If you are ready to start making some lasting change, this is the time to do it. I mean, after last year, the crazy 2020, we're going into 2021 and everything's different out there. So, it's time to take some control of your life and stop waiting for some outside forces to make you happy. When you get that job, I'll be happy. When I meet this person, I'll be happy. The trick is to be happy first. You make that switch internally, and everything else changes. It's true. You're trapped to yourself, depending on how, not just what you think, but what you are, and so many people are negative and they wallow in negativity, and that is their life. They expect it. When it's there, they're not surprised, and they just keep getting more of it. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're on the very beginning of your path, you don't even know where to start. You're somewhere in the middle. Doesn't make any difference. The path is never ending. But we're going to give you a great entry point. So we're making some changes. What we're going to do, we're going to start putting a calendar in the group. We're going to start doing monthly trainings. We're going to do a bunch of free mini videos and courses. We're going to do challenges. We're going to set you up with the tools that you need to empower yourself. Because once you empower yourself and other people are doing the same, we empower each other and everything starts to change. Once you know exactly how to do it, it's not difficult. The problem is there's so many people teaching so many things, it's information overload. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group, make sure you do that. You tell your friends, you tell your family, because everything starts in there. It's facebook.com/groups/taylor-webb. And in that group, you're going to see we post every day, tons of content. Also on our website, freelifetools.com. There's a free section on there where everything is what? Free. And you can learn all sorts of things. There's free reports, there's free videos, there's blog posts. There's all sorts of things that'll help you out. The great thing is I did a podcast yesterday with Stephen Mead. It was amazing. He's actually sending me the video, and we're going to do some more things together, but I'll get the video up here for you guys. But it was fantastic because we think alike, and we were talking about, a lot of things. And I was trying to think of something I could tell you guys today, just a little tip or a little mind hack, to start you off. And one of the things Stephen and I were discussing is what Catherine and I talk about all the time too. And it's, if you want to be happy, the trick is you have to just let life unfold around you. If you go into things with a preconceived notion of how they should be, you've set yourself up for misery. And that's what everybody does. Okay? What you're doing is you are pitting yourself against the universe, as Michael Singer says, because you want things to be a certain way and you want things not to be the way you don't want them. So what you're doing is everybody you meet, every experience you're having, you're trying to manipulate, you're trying to twist, and you're trying to make it fit into your narrow idea of what the world should be. And the world's been here for billions of years. You have nothing to do with the point it's in right now. The moment in front of you, it's here and it's gone. The problem is none of us are taking that moment to start doing things and making change, because that's where the magic is, in the now. But most people live in the past. They're worried about something that already happened. Why didn't I do this? I should have done that. All of that bullshit. or they're living in the future and they're worried about things. And they're, so they say we live 40% of our time in the past, 40% of our time in the future. Think about it. But only 20% of our time in the now. And this is the only time that matters, because it's the only time you can do anything that's going to make lasting change. Okay? So a quick but a quick hack that you can use. This is Michael Singer, author of The Untethered Soul, the Surrender Experiment. But start doing it when you're driving. And this is a great way to start, if you want to do this. What you do if you're driving and the guy in front of you is driving too fast, too slow, obviously, not too fast, but too slow, instead of getting mad and in your head, you're arguing with this guy, because that's what we're doing. Why is this a-hole driving like that? You're creating all of this BS inside your head. You're literally fighting with this guy. He's up there driving, has no idea. And you're taking all that energy and directing it towards negativity. And you're also directing it somewhere where you have no control. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing's going to change for all the trouble and fret you're going through. So a quick trick is, when you're driving, somebody in front of you does something you don't like, you let it go. You relax and release into it. When you start to feel the tension, you just let it go. And that is a great way to start. And then from there, you can start doing it in other areas of your life. That is one of the biggest secrets there is. Okay? Because it helps you with your mindset. And because of that, it helps you focus. Everything you need to do, whether it's meditation, whether it's affirmations, visualizations, what you're doing is you're learning to focus. You're learning to focus your attention. And where your attention goes, energy grows. That's what is going to expand in your life. What you're putting your intention, your willpower, your life force energy into, that is what is going to multiply in your life. Now, I know people, I have family members that are so negative. How many people do you know that can go through a car wash and end up, somehow the window comes down and their car's filled with soap? That's a negative person who just brings that stuff on. And it's almost like they thrive on it. Because the thing is, when you're used to something, even if it's that kind of crap, and it's comfortable, right? It's so much more comfortable to stay in that rut, where you feel sorry for yourself and you want everyone to feel sorry for you. This is all BS, because you're doing it to yourself. No one outside is going to come in and save you. Nobody's going to change your life. No job, no person, no thing, no house, no car, nothing. You can do it, and you can do it right now. In fact, you need to do it now, because you have to do it first. It's like, belief. Somehow belief and faith got wrapped into religion. No matter what you believe in, faith and belief is in yourself. All right? Because that's where everything flows. So you've got to give it to yourself first. So you've got to believe before you have it. Like Neville Goddard always says, live in the end. You have to live in the state you are going to be in when you have the things that you want, when you have the life that you want, when you're in control. You live from that state, and amazing things happen. Synchronicities happen, and windows and doors open for you. People come into your life that, you've never met before that change things for you. That's just how it works. So this is Life 101. All right. And it's starting today. All you've got to do is join our group, facebook.com/groups/taylor-webb. And in that group, starting today, we're going to go through Life 101. It's all of the things you should have learned in school, but never did. When you're a kid, when we're small, we have that childlike wonder. Everything's amazing. Everything is possible. Our future is a blank slate, and we can change it. I want to be a princess. I want to be a fireman. You have all these amazing dreams. And then slowly, as you're pushed into school and you're forced to conform and you're forced to sit in little rows together, and all through school, they're telling you to be like everyone else. You're all doing the same things. You're all being forced into the same routines, and then all of a sudden, when it's time to go to college, They want you to be different. Originality is now a plus at that point, after you've just spent all those years, being forced into conformity. So a lot of people lose that childlike wonder, and that is where the magic is. And you can get that back. And it's very, very possible. So with Life 101, no matter where you are on your journey, we want you to come with us. All right. This journey, like I said, is never ending. We're all on it at different places. But as long as you're moving in the right direction, you're successful. As long as you're moving towards your goals. One of the things that Stephen and I talked about yesterday in this interview was the problem that most people don't even know what they want. And that's so true too. You have to know what you want. It's got to be crystal clear in your mind. You've got to be able to put emotion to it, focus on it, and start moving towards it. Most people do not know. And the example I gave yesterday is, imagine a cruise ship. Now, I've done a lot of cruises. I performed on tons and tons of cruises over the years. And Gavin McLeod from the Love Boat, we did some work together, and he used to say life's like a cruise ship. And this is really true, though. The cruise ships nowadays are so amazingly advanced. It's all electronic and everything, but they can put in all the destination information, plot everything out. They have the crew on the bridge. They flip the switch. You go to sleep that night. The next morning, you wake up and you're in a new port of call. And that happened because they knew their destination. They had everything plotted out. They hit the button. The ship ends up there. 99,000 times out of 100,000, it makes it there, right? Now, what happens if you take the same ship, but you don't have a crew up there? You don't have any kind of navigation system. Somebody goes up on the bridge, they flip the engines on, and they just let the ship go. But what do you think is going to happen? I mean, right? That thing's going to crash somewhere pretty close. Now, that's the problem with not having a destination mapped out. How can you possibly expect to get to where it is that you think you should be if you have no idea where it is? You've got to have in your mind a crystal clear goal. You can have little mini goals for different parts of your life, but you need to know where it is that you want to be. You got to know where your passions are. You got to know where that emotion is that you're going to tap into, because you've got incredible power inside you. Everyone says it. Tony Robbins says it. Bob Proctor says it. All of the new age coaches say it, and it's true. I spent 20 years full of anxiety, full of stress all the time. I made millions of dollars and I wasn't happy. I had big houses. I had, expensive cars. I toured all over the world. I worked with the most amazing people. I still was miserable. I still was drinking too much. I was, when I was in my early 20s, I was trying everything, right? And no matter how much you had, it was never enough. And that's the problem. We're all going for the wrong thing. We're not going for the things we think we want. We're going for the things. For instance, if I said to you, what do you want? And you said, I want $1 billion. Okay. I give you the $1 billion and I say, but you're going to be on a deserted island all by yourself. Now, do you still want it? No, you don't. Right. I want to be on a beach in Costa Rica. Okay, fine. You want to be not a 5-star hotel. I'm going to put you in a hut. You got to live in there. Of course not. What you think you want is what you're actually going for, is the feeling that you think you're going to get when you get that thing. So for instance, the Ferrari is, for the feeling you're going to get driving it, and everybody's going to look at you and the ladies are going to look at you. Right. And you're going to have that feeling of accomplishment. Everyone's going to think you're such a big shot. It's not the car. It's the feeling. So if somebody were to say to you, I can grant you one wish, what would it be? It should be, I want to be okay in here. I want to be happy with myself, because once that happens, the outside world completely changes and it conforms to your ideals, to your idea of what your life should be. You got to stop living in this. This is not reality, because the problem is, and I talked about this in a video the other day, and this is so powerful. If you can get this one thing, you have to remember that everything you are looking at is through the lens of your past. Two people can look at the same thing. They can look at, somebody walking down the street coming towards them, and one person can feel nothing, and one person can get immediately, they can be filled with anxiety and fear because this person looks like the uncle that used to smack you around or something. You are looking at life through the lens of your past. So everything that happens in front of you doesn't just happen, it's happening and you're deciding how it needs to be. You're mixing up your past into it. So you're seeing a distorted version of reality. And that's just the way that it is. So that's what we'll be teaching in Life 101. And like I said, what I love about this is Catherine and I have worked so hard to make it, information that builds on itself, but it's bite-sized information. So you're not overwhelmed. If you go online and you try to, figure out, I want to change my life, type that in a search engine and see what you get. Because you're going to meet 5,000 plus gurus who are going to tell you all the things they think you should do. The great thing about anything that Catherine and I are talking about, these are all things that we've done. Catherine's been working for 30 years as a success coach. She's worked with the biggest business giants out there. And I've worked with celebrities, presidents, prime ministers, and I've learned all their success principles too. It took me years to learn I'm getting paid to tour the world. Why not talk to these people I'm working with and find out how they got where they are? And not one person ever, and I'm telling you, not one, did it without mind power. They understood that in order to succeed, you have to take your mind power, focus it on your goals, put your energy there, and move towards those goals and make them happen. And they happen. It's once you know the pieces of the puzzle, I mean, it's like any other cosmic law. It works the same way every time. So this year in 2021, Life 101 is going to change your life. If you start with us today, by the end of this year, you will be a different person in a different place, living a much better life. I guarantee it. I promise you. It happened to me. It's happened to hundreds of clients that we have together. Catherine has been doing it for years. She has success stories. We're going to start sharing those too. But we want you to come. We want you to get involved. We want you to get excited, because getting you in a state of, like Tony Robbins, they do that thing where they're jumping around, they're yelling, they're screaming, and you're in such a frenzied state that, life is unbelievable and you're changing and everything. But then, 3 days later, what happens? I mean, obviously that wears off. It's impossible to stay in that sort of peak mind state. Everything's a frenzy forever. I mean, it doesn't work. You've got to learn little bite-sized pieces and start making little changes. Just doing the thing I talked about in traffic, that'll change your life like this. Because I'm telling you, the amount of things that you think about and waste your energy on that are negative, that you can completely cut out of your life, it's unlimited, the amount. It's unlimited, and when you start doing it with the little things, that life force energy, everything is energy in this universe. We're all vibrations of energy, and we're bringing to us those things. But what happens is you're using willpower to hold down these things inside you. If you would let them go, that life force energy, that willpower that you were using comes back. You only have a finite amount every day. And if you're holding down 10,000 things inside you, every bit that you can get back and focus in another area, a positive area, an area towards your goals, man, it's huge. And that's where the real secret is. That is how it works. So we're going to take you step by step, and we're starting today. Doesn't matter if you meditate, you don't meditate. I'm going to tell you what I do. Catherine's going to tell you what she does, and we're going to take you along, and we're going to teach you. And I love this because every time we get together, we say that, all the things you should have learned in school but never did. They teach you all this stuff that you don't need, that you're never going to use. They don't teach you the things you actually need to know, the things that would help you in your life. Most people go through their entire life and never realize that they've got all the power inside. They live through other people's ideas of what life should be. Our parents program us. Our first 7 years, the subconscious mind is programmed, and that thing runs in your head for the rest of your life. Anytime you slip out of the now and go on autopilot, that tape runs. And if there's anything in that tape saying, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, anything a teacher, a parent, anyone, an older sibling told you as you were younger, even though it may not be logical today, doesn't matter. You were a 5-year-old kid at the time. That tape runs in your head. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to say that you can do really quick, and people argue with me about this all the time, is forgiveness. We talk about gratitude. We talk about, different things you can do every day. Forgiving people is not for them. It's for you. Because again, all that energy, your mom ran around, gave you to your grandmother, was a horrible mother, did whatever happened. And now you're 50 years old, your mother's dead, and you're still holding on to that. You got to let it go, because, all that energy is like poison, and letting it go has nothing to do with them. You're not condoning it. You're not forgetting it, but you're releasing yourself from it because you're tied to it. You're chained to it. You're shackled to all this bullshit that you have the key to. You've got the key in your pocket, but you never open the lock. People go through their life in those handcuffs. So we want to teach you how to get that key out and put it in the lock and free yourself. So it's Life 101. It's starting today. So if you've not joined the group, join it and come with us. And every day we're going to give you little bite-sized tips, and we're going to start building on that. We're going to start doing our trainings, and we're going to do a virtual seminar, mini seminars once a month to let you come in and see this. We're going to teach you little bite-sized pieces. We're really excited about it. So that is Life 101. It's something that we've been working on for about 6 months, and we're really proud of it. We're really excited, and we're happy seeing you change. That's what we're doing. I mean, self-empowerment is great because, when you're learning to empower yourself, you're also empowering other people. So, it's a never-ending circle. Catherine and I love what we do, but we're getting just as much from it. And I'll tell you what, we've never gone through any training even if we've taught it over and over again and not learned something every time new. Just repetition, just letting it sink in. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So do those few things, try it in traffic, and just start letting things go. If you have no control over the outcome, let it go. Don't worry about it. Don't be fretting about it. Don't be going online and looking up all the negative things about it. You've got to focus on the goals that are important to you. So that's what we want to do in 2021. Figure out what it is that you want and start going towards it. We'll help you do it. So I want to thank you for watching this, and I really want you to have an incredible 2021. I predict it's going to be amazing. I have a feeling, man, I've been vibrating for days. I just finished meditating this morning. Things feel so good, feel just really, really good. I think 2021 is going to be phenomenal for all of us. So thanks for watching. I will see you back tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a video every single day. Lots of content coming. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming with us. Let's all change our lives. See you soon.